Hey YouTube, Estacado 5000 here, what's up? Here's another retro deck profile, X-Sabers, in the March 1st, 2010 format, so here we go. We got free X-Saber Arabellum. Basically, this is good with Rescue Cat, and its effect, every time it inflicts battle damage via direct attack, you can discard one random card from your opponent's hand. And it's a tuner monster, so it's really good. The combo off for synchro summons, obviously. Then you got the free Fall Trolls, which is basically like the Monster Reborn of the X-Saber build. Basically what this does is if you control two or more face-up X-Saber monsters, you can special summon it from your hand, basically. That's the only way it can be summoned. You can't normal summon or set this card, unfortunately. And once per turn, you can special summon one level 4 or lower X-Saber monster from your graveyard. So basically, this is the Monster Reborn of the build. You can like get your Dark Soul, your Arabellum, and go for Synchro Summon. It's pretty crazy, obviously. Then you got the free X-Saber Emmer's Blades. What this does is, when this is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one level 4 or lower X-Saber monster from your deck. So basically, you have a lot of options. You can summon Dark Soul, Full Helm Knight, Bogart Knight, or Arabellum. So you got a lot, or Pashul. You have a lot of options. And it's really good because you can summon him and Arabellum, sync them, and basically get like a level 6 synchro monster in a hurry. It's pretty cool. Then you got the free Dark Souls, which I believe is the main element of the build. Basically what this does is, at the end phase, this was sent from the field to the graveyard. You can add one X-Saber monster from your deck to your hand. So this is a lot of ways to replenish your resources and basically build your field up to a point where you can like defeat your opponent in a matter of turns, unless they have stuff to stop it like Bombless, Torrential, and Mirror Force. But if they don't, you basically win the game. There's a lot of combos you can pull off to this card. And actually, this card became so dangerous when it got reprinted. Its effect was changed, obviously, but back then this effect was nasty. Then you got the two Bogart Knights. Basically, what this does is, when this is normal summon, you can special summon one level 4 or lower X-Saber monster from your hand. Basically, and the only downside is this card can only be used for synchro material for an X-Saber synchro monster. So, but this is like, you summon him, you can get like your Arabellum, and then you can go to an immediate level 7 synchro monster. There's a lot of combos you can pull off with this card, obviously. And then you got the two Full Helm Knights. Basically, what this does is this can negate an attack of one of your opponent's monsters. So this is like a mini Necro Gardener. When it's face up on the field, this can only be used once, unfortunately. And if this card destroys a defense position monster your opponent controls by battle, you can special summon one level 4 lower X-Saber monster from your graveyard. So basically, every time this destroys an opponent's monster that's in defense mode, this becomes a monster reborn for an X-Saber. So, like I said before, you can get like Arabellum back. You can get Dark Soul. Mainly, you get Dark Soul and Endless Blade back. Depends on the situation. Then the last two X-Saber monsters in the build are Pashul and this one. I can't really pronounce it. This one's effect is, when this is normal or special summon, you can add one X-Saber monster from your graveyard to your hand. So basically, you can get your Fall Troll back from the graveyard to your hand, or an Arabellum back, or a Bogart Knight. There's plenty of options you can pull off, and this basically is like a Spirit Reaper, but for each of your opponent's standby phases while this is in defense mode, you have to take 1,000 points of damage. But it's kind of worth it because it serves as a stall to buy you some time until you can synchro summon next turn. Then last but not least, you got Rescue Cat and Sangan. Rescue Cat allows you to get basically, I believe you can get with it the you can get like Dark Soul with it and Arabellum with it. So it's a really good way. You can automatically go into a level 6 synchro monster right off the bat. Sangan allows you to search out this Dark Soul, Full Helm Knight, and Emmer's Blade. There's a lot of combos you can pull off. Now for the spell cards, you got two Book of Moon, one Brain Control, one Mind Control. These two cards help steal your opponent's monster and use it for synchro material, obviously. Now they have spell and trap card removal, Heavy Storm, Giant Trunade, and Mystical Space Typhoon. And then we got Cold Wave, which freezes both you and your opponent from playing any spell and traps until your next turn, obviously. And it can only be activated on the start of your main phase 1, obviously. Now for the trap cards, you got free God of Emergency Call. Basically, if you control an X-Saber monster on your side of the field, you could select 2 X-Saber monsters in either player's graveyard and special summon those monsters to your side of the field. So basically, this card can be used in a variety of ways. Like if your opponent were to activate Fall Troll's effect, especially summon an X-Saber monster from their graveyard, you could simply, if you control an X-Saber monster of your own, you could simply flip this. Like once they declare your target, this is a good way to spring it on them. You pick out the target they were going to bring back with Fall Troll's effect and one of your monsters and summon them to your field. And they can't use Fall Troll's effect again because their target basically is no longer there, so the effect fizzles for that turn. So it could stop your opponent from making a pretty huge comeback if you play it at the right time and you do it just right. It's crazy. There's a lot of combos you can pull off of that card. Then you got 2 Bombless Trap Hole. You got 2 Dust Tornado, 1 Mirror Force, Solemn Judgment, Torrential Tribute, Starlight Road, and Call the Haunted. Those are the rest of the traps. Now for the synchros, you got Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, Armory Arm, Cataster, Brionac, Goyo Guardian, 2 X-Saber Hunlai. What this does is when this is synchro summoned, you can select and destroy up to 3 spell and trap cards on the field. So this is a pretty good card to summon. Then you got this one, which what this card does, when this inflicts battle damage to your opponent while they have 4 more cards in their hand, you can place 1 random card from their hand on the top of their deck. So this can mess up their draw next turn if they have 4 more cards, though. But if they have less than 4 cards, you can't use this effect, unfortunately. Then you got Black Rose, Stardust Dragon, Red Dragon Archfiend, Colossal Fighter. You got 2 X-Saber Gotham. What this does is you contribute 1 X-Saber monster to discard 1 random card from your opponent's hand. So basically, if you have like a Dark Soul in the grave on your field, you could simply tribute that monster and basically discard 1 random card from your opponent's hand. It's crazy. And then you got 1 Mistworm. So that's the build. Hope you all enjoy. More videos coming soon. Comment, subscribe for more videos. Later, guys.